Hey, welcome back guys, it's Recommend. And today we're going to be looking at the Magic NS wireless controller adapter for the Nintendo Switch. Now this adapter I've received for about 25 bucks on Amazon, and what it does is it lets you use a variety of wired and wireless controllers on your Nintendo Switch. Now as you know, if you already have a Switch especially, that the Pro Controller for the Nintendo Switch is pretty expensive. And some people have issues with the D-pad on that. Now this adapter here is 25 bucks, about 1/3 of the price of the Switch Pro Controller, and it gives you the option to use a lot of controllers. I've been playing with it the last 2-3 days in between classes and other activities, and I found so far that I'm pretty happy with it. The adapter itself is pretty small. Let me see if I can get it on camera for you guys. You see it's about the size of a old school USB thumb drive, which I actually happen to have one here, so let's put them next to each other for comparison. Alright, and you can see, it's not the smallest USB wireless adapter, but it's small enough so you can throw it in your pocket wherever you're going. And it works, like I said, it works fairly well. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what I've used it with so far, and I've had great luck with the Ps4 controller. Works great on the Switch with the adapter. The Wii U Pro controller works great on the Switch. Everything is mapped correctly. You can even use your home button. Actually, going back to the Ps4 controller, it works so well that if you use the touchpad, it actually takes screenshots. Like, everything is mapped beautifully. They did a great job on that. You can actually connect your Ps3 controller to it. You just gotta pair it wired. You gotta wire it first. Connect it with the wire first, and then from there it'll automatically pair wirelessly after that. So if you like the Ps3 controller for some reason over the Ps4 and the Wii U Pro controller, go for it. It's there. I also paired the Sega Saturn style 6-button. What is this again? I forget. Street Fighter controller from Mad Catz. The Capcom Street Fighter 4 controller from Mad Catz. It's been a while. It's a mouthful to say, right? So this works great with it. This is kind of funny because it's wired, both wired and wireless. And what I mean by that is, when you use it on the actual PS3, this is a PS3 controller. When you use it on the PS3, you use it with this USB adapter. So what you do is you plug this into this, so you get a super long. Let's see, speed this up. Don't you hate this? There you go. So you plug this in, you get a super long freaking adapter, but it does work. It lets you play with this. Home button works and everything. Like, it's great. In terms of wired controllers, I've actually used this Mayflash arcade stick, and it works perfect with the Switch. Only thing I haven't figured out yet is how to get the home button to work, but I honestly don't care. If I'm playing King of Fighters 98, for example, I care more about the arcade controls. I can always have a Switch Joy-Con nearby and use that home button. Doesn't matter to me, but it's an option. I don't have the newest Xbox Bluetooth controllers, but those also work with it. So for you guys that prefer the Xbox controller that has Bluetooth, go ahead and pair those up, and you can have pretty much any controller you like, which is awesome. I'm pretty sure those of you that do have it or plan on getting it will try a lot more controller combinations, which will make it even more awesome once people start figuring out what can be connected to it. Daisy chain all your adapters, and let's find out how many controllers you can actually connect to a Switch. Now, of course, you can plug this in when you're docked to the actual dock itself and make it work. However, let me see if I have it around here somewhere. Here we go. If you happen to have a USB-A to USB-C adapter like this, alright, you can plug this in directly to the Switch itself. So, you can plug it into the bottom of the Switch here. And although it looks weird, I'm sure some of you guys will find workarounds around this. But if you plug it in directly like this, it will work, and you can still use whatever controller you want with the Switch directly as long as you have the right adapter. So just something to keep in mind, guys. It can be done. You may need to find some other kind of, connector that, will give you more flexibility so that you can have this thing, on a stand or whatever, but it can be done. I have played with it. I'll see if I can get some video of it and put it out maybe over here for you guys, alright? So without much further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start messing with it and see if I can get a little more footage for you guys so you can see it in action. Be right back. Welcome back, guys. So as you can see, I set up a main flash, a joystick controller that connects via USB. There's a Wii U Pro controller on your left. Top middle is a Ps3 controller, and there's a Ps4 controller on the top right. All 4 controllers are actually connected to the adapter at the same time. It does support up to 4 controllers at the same time. Only issue with that is, no matter how many controllers you have connected to it, it's always going to be a player 1 type situation. So 4 controllers, but it's technically still 1 joystick per adapter. So it'll be 1 player per 1 USB adapter, even if you have 4 joysticks or 4 controllers or whatever you're using with it. So as you see, it's connected to the TV already. So we're gonna start with the Ps3 controller here. I'm gonna see if I can get a little more focus on it. All right, you can see it does move just fine. As for lag, I'll let you guys decide. I'm going to press the X button. And as you see, press the home button. Home button works. There is no vibration on this mode, just to let you guys know. So you have no vibration or motion controls, but for me, I don't particularly care for motion controls most of the time, and if I do need them, that's what the Switch controllers, Joy-Cons are for. And as for Rumble, I'm pretty sure they could add that via firmware up there at some point. I did see something on the Mayflash website about that, but I haven't really had a chance to test it. I don't see it as a big point. I'll trade those 2 features for pretty much universal compatibility any day, and a superior D-pad depending on what controller you're using. So as you see, that was the Ps3 controller. Moving on to the Ps4 controller, same thing. You see, if you press the touchpad here, you get a screen capture, which is kind of cool. Again, the Ps4 controller seems a little less laggy. Seems to have a couple of milliseconds worth of responsiveness here. Alright, again, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. The Wii U Pro controller. Oh, wrong button. So there we go. Analog sticks work. So far so good. I'm really happy with this thing. Like, it's for 25 bucks, you really can't beat. This is a great deal. You can't beat this, especially if you're in the market for some kind of a pro controller. I mean, the sky's the limit here. Works great. Now it's gonna be a little harder, but I'll see if I can do it. Much harder to play with this, but we'll see. Of course, there's no home button here, at least not that I can figure out, but it's pretty awesome having a joystick here. I mean, there's tons and tons of arcade joysticks you can try with it, especially the USB that'll work with it. It is advertised to work with a lot of different USB controllers, so go ahead and try them out. The one that I did want to work, actually, that I'm very disappointed that didn't work, was I have USB Saturn controllers, Sega Saturn controllers. If any of you that watch me know that I love the Sega Saturn, those are the best controllers. Like, they're right up there with the original Super Nintendo controllers in terms of how well they control and how comfortable they are. Sadly, those don't work. Maybe there'll be a new version that does work, but it doesn't work. But as you see, so far so good. So you lose out on Rumble and you lose out on Rumble support on the Switch, as far as I know, at least to this point, before a firmware update, and you lose out on motion controls. To me, that's not a bad deal considering all the different controllers that you do get. I almost forgot to mention that the NS is also compatible with the PS3 and your PC, which is awesome because it'll actually let you use all those same controllers on those consoles. So for example, I can use my Wii U Pro controller on both my PC and my PS3, and it maps great. Like, for example, I press the home button on the PC and I get the game bar menu. And the PS3, when I press it, I get that, the PS3 home screen as well. So it's actually, for 25 bucks, the shortcomings that look like they can be fixed through firmware are, like, I don't have an issue with them. I can live with them until they fix them, or even if they don't, I'm pretty happy with what I'm getting. I'll take a functional D-pad on a Switch over a lot of other things, since I hate the 4-button D-pad setup on the Switch. This is great. I highly recommend it. I have very few complaints about it, and I hope you guys, if you haven't heard of this, I hope that I've made a case for you guys to at least check it out. Hopefully you enjoyed this review, and if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.